Ta-da! Long time no video, but welcome back to my channel, which is all about mental health awareness and wellness. Now you guys, while I was away, guess what? We won an award. You are now looking at the best mental health champion in Nakuru County, and I am super grateful for those who voted for me, for those who believe in my work. We have been doing this for the longest time, and it was about time somebody recognized us, and because of that's why I have done this video. As you can see from the title, I just wanted to reflect on my journey, to reflect on where I have come from and where I am so far. I went to the internet because nobody asked and got some Q&A for Psychologist so that you can get to know me and my work. So this is something that I have shared in my previous video, that me coming to psychology wasn't something that I really intentionally did, because first of all, I didn't know what I was doing. A girl just went and chose some course. The reason was because I wanted to be a medical doctor, and this was the closest thing I could get to that, because my grades weren't enough to go to med school. In between, I actually considered going to the Kenya Medical Training College, but I didn't want to stress my mom. I didn't want to start over, so I really never went to do medicine, even though it was something that I was highly considering. But hey, we are here. Mimi ni daktari wa akili, as people like to call me. My career goals, that is something that is so interesting, that is making me kind of think. It's like, damn, that's deep. But one of the biggest goal I would say that I usually have would be to be called to international platforms, to be able to talk to people, to be able to impact them, like the likes of, Tony Robbins, Marissa Peers, the people who are usually, recognized in international platforms, talking to people, talking to women, talking to people in the business world, talking to young people and impacting lives around the world. Another thing would be actually to host my own show. That would be the absolute privilege that I would be happy about, having my own show on TV, on international platforms. And hopefully, the way we are going, let's hope that this grows to be an even bigger and bigger platform. What I enjoy most is not what most people think: reading minds. We absolutely do not know how to read minds. We did not go to school for 4+ years to be able to read minds. But what I enjoy most about it is being able to impact the lives of people, being able to see people thriving, seeing them from a point where they were feeling hopeless, they were confused, they were having really low moods, they did not have any direction in life, to seeing them thriving, to seeing them working to excel in their careers, to have better relationships around them. That is the most, I could not trade that for anything. So that is what I love most about my job. The next question is, of course, this is something we like to be asked: the most challenging thing about being a psychologist. And as you would think, that would be stigma. The stigma around mental health doesn't really make being a psychologist seem cool, or things that if you hear someone is a doctor, it's like, oh my god, kwa daktari. Being a psychologist comes also with a stigma, in that I remember there was this one day I made a call to a certain organization, and we were like, we do these mentorships for people, we talk to people, to employees, to be able to empower them, to help them in their emotional well-being. And he was like, Ati, you said, who are you? And why again did you choose my company? So it seemed like it was an attack to him. That is what it sounded like. So being a psychologist doesn't seem as cool. at least people are getting to embrace it pole. Like if you're a therapist, it's kind of a good thing, but I wish we would have more. Like, it is something, I mean, the work we do, imagine changing someone who is like an adult, who has their own ways, they have their own behaviors and habits, and actually they get to change to become something that they love, to thrive. That should be dope as that sounds like such an interview question, but in general, what I would say the topmost skill would of course be listening skills. Most of us actually, you just hear people, but you don't really listen. It's like when someone is talking, you're just thinking about what you're going to say next, or you're just like, I did not tell you about my wow, the passion. You find that people actually, it's like you're competing. They're like, oh, I did not tell you what happened to me as well. So listening is such an important skill for a psychologist, because you're supposed to put everything else candor. You can imagine you go to a therapist and you're telling them your story, and then they ask you a question and you're like, I think I told you that already, or they forget about what you told them. So listening is such an important skill. And another thing that I pride myself as a psychologist in is empathy. Like putting yourself in someone's shoes. You know, the way people are very judgmental, or they want to impose their opinions on people. That is something that your psychologist should not do. Being a therapist means you put yourself in the shoes of other people, to be able to understand them, to feel them, to know where they're coming from, so that you can actually get to help them and empower them to thrive. And I like using the word thrive because Maya Angelou's quote, I am not here to survive, but to thrive. Okay, next question. I don't know if this is something that you would be interested to know, but something that I find funny is people think therapy is just talking. Like, why would I just go talk to a stranger? But it will interest you that the way a doctor can be able to know the right tests, the right assessments to do to figure out this is actually malaria and not COVID, or this is cancer and not diabetes, is because there are tools they use. And this is the same for us as psychologists. We have been equipped with techniques and tools, and that is what we go to school for, okay? To learn the different techniques to be able to use. And what I use mostly is called the cognitive behavioral therapy or theory, that actually works on people's minds in terms of your thoughts. Most of the time you find that whatever affects us is not the situation that we are in, but the belief that we have about that situation. I give an example of, if someone stepped on your toe right now, would you think they hate you, or would you think that they actually didn't see you? If you think they hate you, then you'll be mad and you'll go and maybe talk badly to them. But if you think they didn't see, you'll be like, okay, I forgive them, let's move on. So that is the exact same way we see life. When I am helping my clients, I usually help them to look at things in a different way, in a way that can actually make them now focus on the solutions instead of hopelessness or defeated mindset, like there's nothing I can do about it, poor me. That is not something that we encourage. So the technique I use mostly is cognitive behavioral therapy. The next question, guys, is how I stay updated as a therapist. I don't know if I have ever shared this, but there was this client I once had, and she was going through marital issues. And then when we finished, I was like, thank you for choosing me, because most of the time you get that people feel like if someone is not married, or because of how young I am, then I wouldn't be able to understand what they're going through. And she gave me the most validating thing that makes me just go for whatever, that makes me believe in myself. She told me, the one thing that I like about young people is they are always updated. They know the right techniques and tools to use because they always read, they always do research, and that is something that I really believe in. So the way I do that is, first of all, doing articles. Second of all, YouTube videos, a lot of self-development, psychology videos and tools that I follow. And also my Instagram, most of it has like psychological things or self-improvement, self-development, things like manifestations, affirmations, things that actually get you to work on yourself. Trauma is also something that I really follow people who have such kind of content, so that I am updated on the different techniques to use to help you thrive. Again, thrive. And the last question is definitely being awarded as the best youth mental health champion in Nakuru County was really such a high recognition. And then the others have been going to national television. I mean, who doesn't want to be on TV? Mama, I made it. So being called to certain TV stations has been also amazing. Being able to contribute in columns on national newspaper has also been such amazing recognition. But last but not least is actually being able to get people to believe in me, to be able to help them. I mean, like, that is the utmost achievement, I would say. Actually getting people to be like, oh, I saw you on Instagram, I saw you on YouTube, I saw you on TikTok. Somebody told me they saw me on TikTok and I was like, I'm not even active. I don't even put out content there. But people telling me that has really been such a big achievement. Being able to get clients on my own. My friend, most of my clients come from Instagram. They're usually around my age, that is 20s and probably early 30s, some of them. And then also now teenagers who are usually referred by their parents or other psychologists. That has been such a great achievement, and I can't wait to see what else comes my way. And also for our YouTube channel, even if we are growing slowly, we still continue doing it, so that hopefully we get to impact so many people, touch lives, inspire people to be out there, to take care of themselves, to be mentally well. So more is going to come. So please make sure that you subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms. If you look for Therapist Maryanne, you always find me there. Let's continue engaging. Let's continue hanging out with each other. During the week, I post some things here and there. I am looking forward to creating more content for all my social media platforms. Looking forward to see how the year ends, and 23 is definitely going to be a banger. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for being with me. Until next time, remember that mental health is for everyone.